Hello, hello, hello. How are you today? Hope you're doing great. Into November. Big day in the US today. But we'll see what happens with all that. So I am Jane Hogan, the wellness engineer, and I am all about helping people release inflammatory foods, thoughts, and feelings. And I love to blend science and spirituality when I do that. This is Wellness by Design. It's a show that's dedicated to helping people find natural solutions to their wellness and taking control of their health. So rather than just, letting things happen to them, they become empowered in their health. So that's what this is all about. Now, today I am talking about how to improve gut health. So gut health is my focus for this month because I know how important it is to overall health. And I know a lot of people don't even realize that their gut health is affecting other parts of their health as well. So things like, well, I didn't know this, but joint pain is related to gut health, whether you've got an autoimmune related type of joint pain, or you've got osteoarthritis, or you've got gout, or what's the other one I was thinking of? Having a little blank here. Oh yeah, tendonitis. Yeah, that's the thing that used to happen to me for years was tendonitis. And I didn't realize that was actually taking me on the path. It was early signs of rheumatoid arthritis eventually because I didn't address the issues. But other things like skin, people don't realize that acne and rosacea and rashes and hives and all these things are related to gut health. And other stuff as well, like sleep problems, hormone problems, hot flashes, all those kinds of things, all related to gut health. And of course, if you've got IBS or any other, really gut health issues, you know what that's all about. And you know that it's not good when your gut is inflamed. So how does this happen? Well, there are a lot of different causes of gut inflammation. But basically what happens is we have some kind of stressor, and I'll talk about those in a second. And what happens then is our intestinal lining, which is made up of like a shag carpet with villi, this intestinal lining, which is where we absorb all of our nutrients, it gets broken down. So it starts to get damaged, and then it actually starts to open up. And when it opens up, our immune system is sitting right on the other side, and it's there. Our immune system is there to protect us, right? And about 80% of our immune system is in our gut. And that kind of makes a whole lot of sense because eating, like what we eat is kind of the biggest exposure we have to toxins or anything that could be harmful to the inside of our body. Because if you think about it, our whole digestive tract is really outside of our sterile body. It's like a big tube that goes all the way through us, right? So there are things that are never supposed to get outside of that tube and into our sterile body. And that's why the immune system is there. So 80% of the immune system is in the gut. So what happens is for different reasons, this gut can become leaky or damaged, and then things that should never get into the inside of us get in, and the immune system is there like a police force, right? It's like the police force making sure that nothing bad gets through. But when the gut gets damaged and there's like an onslaught, it kind of becomes too much for the immune system, and it starts kind of like firing off in all directions, and we get this cascade of inflammation, which can show up in all different ways. As I talked about, it can show up as joint pain. It can show up as, well, actually the inflamed gut. It can show up as skin issues. It can show up as sleep problems. It can show up as brain problems and hot flashes and all kinds of things like that, thyroid issues. So there's a lot of different ways that gut inflammation shows up. And really getting that under control is really probably one of the most important things you can do for your health, honestly. It's what I learned. And this is my experience. So I really didn't believe that it had anything to do with my joint pain, but I was kind of desperate. So I removed, and I started with food, not really knowing anything else. Now I know a whole lot more, and I know that even mindset is a better place to start. But Even with food, when I started, I cut out 3 of the most inflammatory foods. And within 5 days, I had about half the amount of pain. A lot. Like, it was significant. And that gave me the motivation to keep going and keep trying new things and really realizing that my gut was really involved. Interesting thing is that you can get really quick results like I had there within 5 days, because those cells that line our intestinal tract, they replace every 3 to 5 days. So we can get a really quick response, and it can really start to heal quickly. So if you are watching, let me just change it so I can see the comments. If you're watching, Anne's there. Hi, Anne. Nice to see you. If you have any questions, just fire them away and I can answer your questions for you, okay? Or just say hi like Anne did. Really nice to see you joining live, and I hope you're having getting some useful information from this. So just let me know if you're finding it useful, or if you've got any questions. Are you implementing any of this? Have you had any of your own successes? I'd love to hear all about it, okay? Okay, so I'm just looking through. Hiya, Cindy. I'm looking through, I posted this information on my blog today on janehoganhealth.com/blog if you want to go have a look at it. So anyway, the good news is that we can make very simple lifestyle changes that can have a huge impact on our gut health. Simple lifestyle changes, and for the most part free, which is kind of cool. And it's just a matter of us making a change, just making a change. And you can start small and you can keep on going. It doesn't have to be big, broad, sweeping changes. Now, if you are very inflamed, maybe you want to make changes quicker. If you've got a little bit of inflammation, maybe you don't have to. And it's really, up to you. The small steps will take you anywhere you want to go if you keep on taking them. So keep taking small steps. But if you want to get the inflammation down quickly, maybe you need to take bigger steps. But I got some ideas for you anyway. So here we go. Here are 7 ways you can improve your gut health. Number 1, slow down eating. Slow down your eating. Okay, when we eat, we need to digest our food. So a lot of us are just eating so quickly that it's hard for our body to digest the food because we haven't chewed it up enough in our mouth already. So just slowing down will help, because when you slow down, you will chew your food more thoroughly. You will probably stop before you're too full. You'll be more mindful of your eating. And in that way, your brain is kind of getting the message, it's time to eat and time to focus on eating. It'll start releasing like the different digestive enzymes and things like that are going to help promote proper digestion. So slowing down while you're eating, that's number 1. Number 2, get on a meal schedule. Our bodies crave regular routines. So have a regular schedule. Eat your meals at the same time every day. It really does help with your digestion, because all of our body functions are on a circadian rhythm. There's a rhythms, and our body loves rhythms. So if you can do your food on a rhythm, but other things as well, which is kind of an aside, but like your bedtime, your rising time, all those things on a rhythm just really helps our body. Number 3, stop eating at least a couple of hours before you go to bed. I know that I used to hear stories about people like bedtime snack. That really doesn't make a lot of sense, because when we're going to bed, we want to sleep. We don't want our body to be confused into thinking, well, it's time to digest. So don't eat a couple of hours before bed, okay? Number 4, reduce stress. So I've talked a lot about this, a lot about how stress stops all of those autonomic nervous system functions, like digestion is one of them. It stops it from working properly when we're under stress, because our brain is thinking, this is a life or death situation. I got to be ready to, fight, flight, freeze, whatever. I can't be thinking about and dealing with digestion right now. I got to deal with survival. So when you are in survival mode like that, and that's what happens when you're under stress. then you're not going to digest as well. And when you don't digest as well, you can get problems with the digestion, bacterial buildups, and so on. Yes, so reducing stress. Now, sometimes it might just be maybe you find your job stressful and you can't leave your job because you have to make money. Well, maybe there's ways you could reframe how you feel about your job so that you can reduce the stress of it. So sometimes it's not even reducing the stress, it's increasing your ability to cope with stress. But regardless, it's stress transformation. So Anne says that, she's stressed. So Anne, use strategies, and I've talked about these before on how you can reduce stress. So things like journaling, reframing your thoughts, deep relaxed breathing. You know how much I love that. And actually, that's the next one. Number 5 is do breathing exercises. So breathing exercises help relax you. So that's one good thing. But also when you breathe deep into your belly, it helps massage all those organs and helps, again, make things flow and work a lot better. So breathe deep into your belly so that, actually your belly would come out. So you can practice this by putting a hand on your belly and breathe in. And imagine your belly is like a balloon and you're pushing it out. And then squeezing it in when you exhale. So breathing in like a belly, pushing your belly out like a balloon on the inhale and squeezing it in. So imagine a balloon inflating and deflating and inflating and deflating. And that really helps get it helps your vagus nerve, stimulate your vagus nerve. So that nerve, it goes from all of these organs that are in our torso all the way up to our brain. And that helps with those signals that need to go back and forth for signaling digestion and so on. So that's a great thing to do. Number 6, avoid processed foods. Well, processed foods have a lot of toxins in them. It's harder for our body to digest and can also cause breakdown of the lining. So avoid processed foods. Now, I'll talk about other foods in another segment of Wellness by Design. But for now, just avoiding processed foods. Like if you eat a lot of processed foods, avoiding those is going to make a tremendous difference. And basically, a processed food is any food that's made in an industrial setting. So that's pretty much anything that's got a food label. But other things we don't always think about is that a lot of the meats are made in an industrial setting. So, the cattle, chickens, and so on are grown in an industrial type of setting. That's an industrial food, or even stuff that comes from like fish that comes from a fish farm. That's an industrial type of setting. It's not a natural food. So that's another thing to think about, okay? Number 7. So this is the last one, and move. It's movement. So our bodies are meant to move. And when we move, it helps, circulation, all kinds of circulation happen in our body. It helps things, just makes we're more active. So our internal functions are going to be more active. So just move more instead of sitting down. I know during COVID now, a lot of people are really doing a lot of sitting. And so it's probably making things a little bit more sluggish. So get up and move around. Find something you love to do. Okay, just whatever it is that works for you. If you love going for walks with your dog, go for walks with your dog. If you like kickboxing, do kickboxing. If you like to dance, dance. If you like yoga, do yoga. Whatever it is, just find something that you love and you can do that doesn't cause pain. Because I know a lot of people in my audience already have pain. So don't push through pain and make yourself hurt more. Just work within your limits. The main thing is moving. And I remember when I was kind of at my worst case, the best I could do, I love dancing. And the best I could do was sit in a chair and do chair dancing. But it made me feel good and I was getting some movement in. So that's what I did. All right. So you just do whatever you can. And that's going to help. So just to summarize, slow down eating, number 1. Number 2, eat meals on a regular schedule. Number 3, don't eat at least 2 hours before bedtime. Number 4, reduce stress. Number 5, do deep breathing exercises. Number 6, avoiding processed foods. And number 7, move. Okay, so those are pretty much all free things you can do. Now, I'm not saying do all of them, but as you were listening to me, was there one thing, or maybe 2 things, but was there something that you said, yeah, I could do more of that? So make a commitment to yourself and do it. And I really suggest that you keep a journal as well. So keep a journal of your foods, what you're eating, what you're doing, and then how you sleep, your symptoms. Keeping a journal, that is such a valuable tool in tracking how you respond. And I know for me, I started doing a journal, and I also did like graphs and charts, and that really helped motivate me to go, oh wow, look, I'm sleeping better now, and I got more energy. I just did simple ratings, like what's my energy today out of 10, that kind of thing. What's my pain in my shoulder out of 10, that kind of thing. So very simple way to kind of keep track of what my symptoms were. And when you see this, you can really get a lot of information on how you are responding to certain foods, or how are you responding when you start getting some fresh air every day, that kind of thing. All right, so I really encourage you to do that. And if you would like to do a little reset of your gut, I have a course starting on Sunday. And there's only, I got 1 spot left to get a free one-on-one, or a bonus, I should say, one-on-one private session with me. And then, so it's starting on Sunday. It's 4 Zoom calls. So it's a group coaching program with 4 Zoom calls on Sunday evenings. I give you 2 lessons by email each week, a worksheet and a video lesson, and you've got 2 small actionable steps per lesson. Okay, so it's very manageable. And what makes my program a little bit different is I don't give you, oh, here's all the food you're going to eat for the next 21 days. It's not like that. I start with mindset. When we start working on mindset, you will naturally make better choices. You know the foods that are not good for you. It's just like they are designed to make you addicted to them, right? So it's just making these changes. And of course, we're going to move towards eating more real food and less inflammatory food. So there's a food component and there's the mindset component. And I really love this strategy. It works with my clients, my one-on-one clients, and it works with my wonderful fine ladies as well. It's my membership. I know it's going to work in this program. So I'd love to see you in there. Oh, I was going to share the link. Let me find it. It's janehoganhealth.com/happygut. So you got till Sunday to sign up. So that's the page where you can go have a look, read a little bit more about it. You can send me a message if you got any questions, and you can sign up there as well. And if you want to go read what I talked about today on my website, it's janehoganhealth.com/blog. Okay, so I hope you have a lovely day, and thank you so much for tuning in, Anne and Cindy, and I know there's other people watching live and watching on the replay, and thank you for the likes and the little hearts. Thanks so much. It really warms my heart to share what I'm learning with you and to help you, try to motivate you and encourage you to take steps to empower yourself in your health. Okay, have a lovely day. We'll see you again soon. Bye.